and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, and today we're going to give you an opportunity to do a little pre-holiday shopping. I have a special guest today, Mrs. Claus, and a local crafter, Heidi Blake. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So this is a little bit of an unusual, different opportunity in which City Hall becomes not just a place of business, a public's business, but also a place where the public and the employees can do a little early holiday shopping. Tell us, Mrs. Claus, when this event is.
This event is Thursday, November the 29th, and also Friday, November the 30th. We have two different times. On Thursday, it runs from noon to 5 p.m., and on Friday, it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the City Hall.
And Parks and Rec has been sponsoring this event, which is called Santa's Attic, for a few years. Heidi, you've been involved for a long time.
I have, on and off, been many years. This will be my fourth try at it, and it's been a very fun time of year when people come out and shop.
It's a little different having a craft show in City Hall. How is it for you? You do a lot of craft shows. You mentioned you were recently at Bodacious Bazaar.
Yes.
What makes this one different or special?
It's in my hometown, and it's hometown artists and crafters, and what I find, Seaglass, it's in my hometown, I find it.
So tell us a little bit about your work. I see that you've brought some with you here today.
I have. This is my Hampton plate, and it is celebrating the crab. I don't know how many years we've celebrated the canning of crab.
Crabtown we were once known as.
We are, and so that is my Hampton plate. I'm known for my jewelry and my windows have between 3,000 and 6,000 pieces of 100-year-old Seaglass on each one.
Oh my gosh.
I've collected it since I was 5, and that's 47 years.
But still, you must be, it must take as much time to collect now as it does to actually make the pieces.
Yes, I used to have 700 pounds of it. Now I just weighed what I have left. From making all these windows, I have just about 120 pounds. So I really need to get out there and get looking. But we've just recently gone through Hurricane Sandy, and she's taken the beaches. Mother Ocean has taken the beaches from North Carolina on up here, but it will bring back the rewards soon. It's just a matter of tides and moons, and it'll come back.
That's great.
It will.
Okay, so you have tell us about that necklace. That's gorgeous.
This is one of the rarest sea glass forms I have. It's called milk glass, and Pond's cold cream came in it. Milk glass is a glass from the Depression, and I always use a real pearl. This is a rare black pearl. And my husband, he saw my collection one day. We're newly married, so he doesn't understand rarity. And I think I had 10 pieces of black, and he put them all in one plate as a surprise for me. And the windows that he makes himself, they're like a kaleidoscope of what we find locally. Beer bottles, bleach bottles, cola bottles. I love Hampton glass. It's some of my favorite. I've lived all over the world, and Hampton glass is my favorite.
So where do you go to find this?
I like Chicks Beach and Ocean View, but right now, from the hurricane, Yorktown is the hot spot. Yorktown
really?
Beach.
Wow, that's great.
I never could find it before. We're finding it now. So
that's wonderful. So it will be Heidi Blake, and about how many other people do you expect Mrs. Claus to be?
We have about 34 crafters that will be located in our lobby at City Hall. We have a special appearance from Mr. Santa Claus himself from 4 to 6 on Friday that is open to the public. We will have free cider and cookies as well. So come on along and come see Santa, and we might have an elf running around City Hall as well.
Very different day in City Hall.
That's right.
Those of us who work here, last year was my first holiday season of working there. You just trip down it and spend your lunch hour shopping and don't have to go anywhere. But I think a lot of people outside City Hall don't know about it, and that's why I want to be sure and give people some notice so they can come out. And Mrs. Claus, tell us those dates one more time.
It's Thursday, November the 29th from noon to 5 p.m. and also Friday, November the 30th from 10 to 6 p.m. And Santa will make a special appearance from 4 to 6 on Friday.
All right, and thank you for coming by. Now today's a two-part episode, so if viewers will just hang on for a second, we have another special guest up next.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life.
I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Welcome back. Now we're going to talk to a special guest who's here from the North Pole visiting. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you for having me.
And what are you doing here today?
Well, I am a magical elf from the North Pole, and sorry Santa Claus couldn't be here today. He's busy getting all the presents ready for Christmas, but he wanted me to tell you a little bit about Santa calls.
Santa calls, okay. So Santa's gonna make phone calls?
Yes, well, what happens is, if you just have a parent or guardian fill out an application and submit it to Hampton Parks and Recreation, and that's on our website, www.hampton.gov/parks. And then the applications are due by Monday, December 10th.
Okay.
And on Wednesday, December 12th, from 5 to 8 p.m., Santa's helpers, such as myself, are going to be calling children ages 4 through 9, and we're going to get you directly in contact with Santa Claus himself.
That is so cool. And I hear this program has been going on for years now.
Yes.
And in fact, probably some of these kids who got those Santa calls are now having kids and working through elves such as yourself.
Mm-hmm, that's correct.
So this is a chance for kids really to have that contact with Santa. You know, a lot of kids are a little afraid of Santa in person, Santa on the lap. A phone call is a very personal touch that might make a real difference in their lives. What are some of the things that kids say? Have you been involved in this program much before? Is this your first year?
This is actually going to be my first year. I'm a new elf, but I'm really excited.
That sounds wonderful. Okay, and so for the parents and grandparents out there, tell them one more time how they can get a kid signed up to receive a personal phone call from Santa.
Just visit the website www.hampton.gov/parks. And then once again, applications are due by Monday, December 10th.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Well, thank you very much for dropping by from the North Pole, Elf Leslie, and I hope to see you again.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for watching Round Robin. I hope you will consider some of the holiday opportunities for kids and for grown-ups that the city has to offer. Thank you.